Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, R-Squad911, back again with another unboxing video. Today we have the Star Wars The Black Series Bo-Katan Crease Electronic Helmet. I've had this on pre-order from Amazon for over a year. It finally arrived. A little bit frustrating, but I'm going to explain why I'm not too mad, but still upset about it. So these didn't release on... these didn't ship out on release day, and I've been seeing people online doing unboxing videos and receiving these months before that I got this. So that was really frustrating, but I didn't want to cancel my pre-order because I got these for much cheaper than they were selling once they were released. I think I got this for about 150 Canadian. Once it was released, it was 190 plus taxes. So, you know, there's some plus sides to that, and that's why I didn't cancel my pre-order and just buy it from Toys R Us or a local retailer. But that's the story about that. But I'm super excited about this. Bo-Katan is one of my favorite characters, along with, obviously, Ahsoka Tano. And if you watched Clone Wars, they did join forces, which was pretty awesome. Sabine Wren is also another favorite of mine. The Mandalorian. Boba Fett. I think I just like all Mandalorian characters. They're just so cool. Their helmets are so cool. They just look awesome. And this is a helmet that I can get my daughter to wear. And I can wear Boba Fett or Mandalorian. But without further ado, I'm going to open this up and we're going to check it out. There's lots of unboxing videos already online for these. I actually haven't watched them because it just made me more upset that I didn't have one or have mine at the time. But we're going to open it now, and it will be like the first time I've ever seen it in person. Well, it is the only first time I've seen it in person, but versus watching it videos online. Okay, so very similar to Boba Fett. It has the viewfinder off to the side, not attached. Very well packaged with the tissue paper and the way that it sits inside the box. Very secure. Instruction manual. Don't need that. I might need to get batteries later, but I wonder if the viewfinder from Boba Fett's helmet is interchangeable with this, or if it's even the same color. Probably not. It's not the same color because Boba Fett's would be green or silver, and this one is blue. But it looks the same. Yeah. Definitely looks the same. And I forgot where you have to press it to make it come down. I guess that's when instructions are important. But really cool. Batteries, I don't believe go in this. They go in another part of the helmet. And then you can slide this part out. So you can have that targeting system there, and then it'll light up. I will get batteries so we can figure out what sounds. If not, they just like took like Boba Fett's internal electronics and just, you know, made a different, put it on a different helmet. Okay, well, I wonder if I can just pull this out. I can. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, and while I have you guys here, what I did for my buddy Jeffy Collectibles is he broke his Mandalorian Iron Studios 1/4 scale statue. Broke the peg right off of there. I just wanted to show off my fixing skills and how I matched the paint by mixing a bunch of acrylic paints. But basically, somebody had walked into his the rifle here and just tore this off, and this piece, or bits of this piece, actually just the magnet just stayed in there, just like disintegrated. But I built this up with epoxy and baking soda and some crazy glue. This part here snapped off, like a top part of here, and I fixed it. And yeah, I have it all back together for him. So speaking of Mandalorians. All right, okay, so back to this. Holy crap, this looks really, really good. I was gonna buy, you know, some hobby-made helmets that look cool that were hand painted, but I found that these markings weren't as accurate, or they were kind of off. But this is, oh, I'm so glad I waited. This is so much better. And the interiors are so cool. Not sure if you guys can see that, but because it's a little dark. But the interior is all finished versus just like a bunch of padding. And then there's an adjustable headband here, so it can fit all shapes and sizes of heads. Unless you have a ginormous head, you can't even put your head in here. But these are much, much better. I'm sure there's some hobby made ones that I think that cost like $1,000 that are better looking than this. But for the money, $170 to $200 Canadian, you cannot go wrong. This is a perfect replica. Well, not perfect, but a very good replica of the actual show prop. And then you just kind of click that on there. Unless I broke something. Nope. You just put it in there and it locks into place. And now that button is pressable. So once it's on, latched onto there, press this side button and that drops down. It's not as strong as Boba Fett. So I think maybe, and I don't play with my helmet that much because I don't want to break it. And it was quite violent when you press this button. That would shoot down. But this one is much slower. So I feel like maybe people who are fiddling with theirs a lot, this probably broke. So this one goes down a lot slower and smoother. And I like that because it's kind of like I'm getting ready to go. And then it just has that dramatic drop down effect. But I'm also holding it back on an angle. So maybe if I hold it forward like that, and it's still a nice soft drop, whereas Boba Fett's kind of shoots down. Really, really impressed with this. I believe we're going to put the batteries. I'm not sure if they go in here. But yeah. I will grab some batteries while I rotate this for you guys to take a look at. Look at the detail. Like the weathering looks so good. So good. I only see a very, very, very faint seam that goes across this way. Kind of disappears with some of the paint. But wow. It looks really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to go grab some batteries, throw it inside of this, and then we'll see what it does. And I'll grab Boba Fett's helmet and we can compare. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. So the battery compartment is just underneath the viewfinder here. It's just pressure fit here. You just squeeze the sides like so, and then it pops out. Don't pull it out. I would squeeze it a little bit on the side. So, because it locks into there. You don't want to break any of the clips. And then it looks like there's a Phillips here that you unscrew. Easy peasy. There, and it takes one AAA battery. So I brought AAAs and AA's, and thank God it's a AAA because I really like to use these. These are the Energizer Ultimate Lithiums, guaranteed not to leak for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years or whatever, as long as there's a charge in it. So when friends come over and I pull out the helmets, I just want to kind of like power it up and show them what they can do. And I don't want to be worried having like a regular battery in there and it just leaks and just ruins all the electronics. Okay, so we'll put that in like so. Tighten up that screw. I usually would test and see if it works, but I have no doubt that it is working right now. And then the on button, I guess maybe this just activates it. Yes, it does. And I don't think there's any sounds. But that's pretty sweet. Once you put it up, it turns off. Once you press the button, it turns on. Okay, so I'm going to go grab Boba Fett's helmet. I I know I said that before I left to get batteries, but I was just too excited to get batteries in this. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, I'm back. I got my Boba Fett helmet here. And then this is Bo-Katan's. We'll take off the covers. Boba Fett's is actually slightly bigger than Bo-Katan's. Bigger and deeper. And you can kind of see that here from the viewfinder versus here. The profile is much thinner on Bo-Katan's, which is very more sleek. And the helmet is much sleeker too, whereas Boba Fett's is much wider, right? Okay, and oh, something I wanted to show you guys. I never did an unboxing of this, but I got this really cool Christmas ornament, and it's Boba Fett on throne. And honestly, it looks identical to the Iron Studios one, just obviously much smaller. Iron Studios 1/10 scale. This is probably like, I don't know, 1/3. No, not 1/3. What am I saying? This is probably like 15th, 1/12. But it's really cool. I put it beside the helmet in my display case, and it looks really cool. There's actually a little hole here at the top for the hook for the ornament, so it just kind of hangs like that. But it's really cool, and I think it was only like $15. Yeah, who makes this? I don't even remember. Oh, it was Hallmark. It was Hallmark because there's a Hallmark crown over there. It's really cool from 2021. If you guys want to find one, that's where it is. Okay, so back to these helmets. We're going to press Bo-Katan's viewfinder here. Nice and slow, and I mean, not slow, but it's very smooth. And it doesn't, I can feel there's a detent there that slows it down. So if I dropped it from here, it just kind of stops versus going all the way down, right? But if you press it from all the way up there, the weight of it does actually bring it all the way down. And then if we go to Boba Fett's here, you're going to see how abrupt it comes down. It kind of comes down and bounces. So I feel like they've improved the design on Bo-Katan's. I mean, fast forward 2-3 years, right? And this one just kind of, I can see these breaking a lot if people just keep pressing it and they just like drop down. I feel like, you know, you could wear that, and then just by using this to stop it against there, it could definitely cause some stress and maybe some cracks. But Bo-Katan's definitely has a much brighter LED inside the viewfinder, and Boba Fett's is just a little dimmer, and you can tell right there. I'm going to turn off the light so you guys can see the difference. Yeah, big, huge difference there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's put these all back together. I wonder if the re-release of the Boba Fett helmet, because these were sold out, people were complaining, and that the secondary market, these were selling for like triple the price at one point. And then they re-released it because they're like, Hasbro's probably like, why are we losing out on this market? We got to make these again. I wonder if they've improved that. That'd be nice. I'd pick up a new one just to have that improved thing. The interiors are very, very similar. Yeah. Ooh, it looks like this is coming loose. Oh yeah, it's not even in place. This one's a much harder plastic too. So it slides into there. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out later. But just by feeling each of these, it's weird. They're both made out of plastic, but the Boba Fett helmet feels much more plasticky than the Bo-Katan. It just feels more solid. Like, whereas Boba Fett's, it feels like there's so much more flex and flimsiness to it, and like crackliness. Whereas Bo-Katan's, it's solid. So, I mean, probably a lot of different tooling and design improvements over the years. I mean, it's only been, 2 years? But yeah, they've made great strides, and this helmet is gorgeous. And I'm really glad to have this in my collection. And I'm glad that you guys are here watching my unboxing video. So that's it for now. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.